So let's take a look at dome cities in Alaska. This is an image from the newspaper from a comic called Closer Than We Think by Arthur C. Radabaugh. This comic came out in 1959 and it's called Polar City. In 1959 was the year Alaska became a state. So this comic came out just a couple months after that. The whole idea here is that Alaska was going to be the new frontier, that whole north to the future thing. And the way they saw this happening was building a bunch of dome cities all over Alaska and travel around through them in these dirigible airships. Now, as luck would have it, we actually have 3 dome city proposals for Alaska. 2 of them very specifically in Alaska. They had some specific areas. Seward Success was going to be north of Anchorage, and Denali City was on the Tuckasitna River looking at Denali. Arctic City is kind of the odd dome city out because it did not have a specific location. It was meant to be a dome city that was anywhere in the Arctic. And it was designed by somebody named Fry Otto, who's a German architect, and he just saw all these Arctic cities just sprouting up all over the Arctic. Down here in the bottom left, you can see Arctic City here. That is in Kotzebue, just southeast of Kotzebue a little bit. That's a 2-kilometer-mile wide diameter on that dome, and about 1/4 of the enclosed dome area is actually city. Most of it would be farmland. So sort of a way of terra Arctic. This is a picture of Fry Otto with his architectural model of Arctic City. The way he envisioned it. Now, this was a nuclear-powered city with clear Teflon dome that would inflate with air pressure. Here's another shot of Arctic City built in augmented reality above Kotzebue Sound. Now our second dome city, and I'm saying dome city in quotes, because it's not really a dome city. This is Seward Success. And Seward Success was an enclosed city. This is proposed to be built just north of Anchorage with a air tram that went from downtown Anchorage to what we call Point McKenzie today. This is actually the first bridge to nowhere, was that air tram coming out of Anchorage into Seward Success. Now, Seward Success was going to be built with all of the oil money that came out of Alaska right there at the end of the 60s, where we saw all this boom and wealth. Well, they decided to not build Seward Success because the pipeline had been... Nobody was building it. Now, the reason that people thought it was a dome city was because of this article in Popular Science that kind of misappropriated a city under glass. When they looked at the designs, it was an entire city in a series of enclosed buildings, not a city under a dome. Well, so if you're in downtown Anchorage and you're looking out at Point McKenzie, this is what Seward Success would have looked like if it was there. This is all to scale. This is in mobile-based geolocative augmented reality. Third city we're looking at, this is my favorite city that was proposed for Alaska. This is Denali City. It was proposed in 1972 by then-Senator Mike Gravel. Now, Gravel had this amazing idea for a winter wonderland in the foothills of Denali. And him and his assistant Pat Purchot found this really great site right next to the Tuckasitna Glacier, right on the Tuckasitna River. And they proposed to use a series of clear Teflon drapes, actually inspired by Fry Otto himself, the guy who came up with the Arctic City. And they proposed this amazing place called Denali City. You could see here, that's the skyline of Denali City. I think it would have been one of the coolest skylines in the north or the entire world altogether. Now, they got the inspiration for Denali City from this painting by Sidney Lawrence. This is a painting of Denali from the Tuckasitna River. You can see up. So Gravel wanted to build the city right there on that exact spot from this painting. This is an image from further away. In Google Maps, you can see where Denali City would be in proportion to the Tokositna Glacier, which is right here, and to Denali, which is right here. The river kind of runs through there. That's the Tokositna River. This is really the only image that they put together for Denali City. This is just a simple little map where proposed boreholes would have gone. And using 3D modeling and some map making, we put the city plans right on top of that where those boreholes were in real life. So those are the 3 Dome City proposals in Alaska from the 1970s.